You know what's crazy? Everybody wants to be great until it's time to do what greatness requires. Everybody talks about success like it's a product you can order, like it's something you can download. But greatness doesn't come with comfort. You can't stay in the same place and expect a different result. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams. It's sneaky. It feels good. It tells you you're fine where you are. It whispers, relax, you've done enough. But deep down, you know you haven't even scratched the surface of your potential. You know there's another level in you, a deeper gear, a version of you that the world hasn't seen yet. And the only way you'll ever meet that version is if you push yourself out of that comfort zone. You see, comfort keeps you predictable. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps you average, and average is dangerous because it looks okay. It looks normal. It tricks you into thinking you're progressing when you're really standing still. Comfort tells you, take a day off, when that day might have been the day you broke through. Comfort tells you you've worked hard enough when you haven't even started grinding for real. Listen to me, the limit doesn't exist in the easy. The limit is buried in the struggle. It's found in that space between pain and perseverance, in that exact moment when your body says, I can't, and your spirit says, one more. That's where you find out who you really are, because when it's easy, everybody's strong. When it's easy, everybody's consistent. But when it's hard, when you're exhausted, when you're frustrated, when you've got nothing left, that's when the truth shows up. The real you doesn't show when things are going smooth. The real you appears when it hurts, when you're tired, when nobody's cheering for you. That's when you gotta push through. That's when you gotta go all in. Because the people who win in life, they don't stop at tired. They stop when they're done, and I get it. Pushing yourself is uncomfortable. It's scary. You start to doubt yourself. Your mind starts creating excuses. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not built for this. No, you are built for this. You're just not used to being uncomfortable. You've been trained by this soft world to think pain is bad. But pain isn't bad. It's feedback. It's telling you you're growing. You can't build muscle without resistance. You can't build strength without struggle, and you can't build greatness without sacrifice. Every time you feel that resistance, you're closer to your breakthrough. You're closer to your limit, but you've got to stop backing down every time it gets hard. Some of you have been living on the edge of your potential for years, and the only thing standing between where you are and where you could be is your fear of discomfort. You keep going back to the same patterns, the same routines, the same excuses, because it's familiar. But familiar isn't your friend, it's your cage. I'm telling you, you gotta be willing to break that comfort open. You gotta wake up every day and look that comfort zone in the face and say, not today. You gotta choose growth over ease. You gotta choose purpose over pleasure. You gotta choose to do what's hard now so you can live easy later. Stop running from the thing that's designed to shape you. Stop praying for things to be easier. Pray to be stronger. Because life isn't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to stretch you, and when it does, that's where the magic happens. When you start pushing yourself, when you start demanding more of yourself than anyone else would, that's when the doors start opening. That's when you stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You start walking differently. You start talking differently. You start thinking differently, because you're not just existing anymore, you're evolving. You're not surviving, you're thriving. But let me be clear, pushing yourself to the limb, it doesn't mean just working harder. It means working smarter with intention. It means waking up with purpose, moving with urgency, and refusing to settle for less than what you're capable of. It means understanding that your limit isn't something you find once. It's something you chase every day. You reach one limit, you push past it, and then you discover another. That's growth. That's how you transform. Some of you have been standing on the edge for too long, waiting for the perfect time to jump. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is right now. You've been holding back your own greatness because you're scared to be uncomfortable for a season. You're scared of the pain that comes with progress. But let me tell you, the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. The pain of pushing yourself will fade, but the pain of knowing you didn't give your all will haunt you forever. So you gotta decide, are you going to live your life controlled by comfort? Or are you going to take control and push yourself to the limit? Because every day you choose comfort, you're telling your dreams they can wait. Every day you play it safe, you're stepping further away from your purpose. But the moment you decide, I'm done being comfortable, that's the moment everything changes. You stop blaming, you stop complaining, and you start creating. You stop wishing and you start working. And yes, it's going to hurt, it's going to test you, but it's also going to reveal you. It's going to introduce you to the strongest version of yourself, the version that doesn't flinch in the face of fear, the version that doesn't fold under pressure, the version that refuses to settle. When you push yourself to the limit, you don't just change your results, you change your identity. You become someone unstoppable, someone unbreakable, someone undeniable, and that's when you realize the limit was never out there. It was always inside you, because when you destroy comfort, you discover greatness. You say you want success, but the truth is, you're still treating it like an option. You're still moving like you've got time. You're still letting your emotions dictate your effort. Listen, the grind doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're hurt, if you didn't get enough sleep. It doesn't care about your excuses. The grind is cold, the grind is ruthless, and if you want to win, you've got to learn to move even when it doesn't feel good. You think success waits for motivation. Motivation is temporary, it's emotional. One day you're fired up, the next day you're dragging your feet. Motivation fades, but discipline lasts. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel, I made a commitment. Discipline says, I don't care if I'm tired, I still have work to do. Discipline doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't wait for the right mood, it just executes. You can't keep expecting results from effort you only give when it's convenient. You can't say you want to be great and then disappear when it gets hard. You can't keep letting your feelings decide how much effort you give. Because your feelings will lie to you. They'll tell you it's okay to take a break when it's not. They'll tell you you're done when you've still got more in the tank. Your feelings will tell you you're too tired, but your purpose will whisper, keep going. You've got to stop listening to that weak voice and start obeying your why. The grind rewards consistency, not convenience. It respects the person who shows up even when they don't feel like it. You think champions wake up excited every single day. No, they wake up with a mission. They've trained their minds to move regardless of emotion. Because they understand something most people never do. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never feel like it enough to reach greatness. Every time you hit snooze, every time you skip a rep, every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're building the habit of quitting. And the scary part, you start to get comfortable with it. You start to make peace with average. You start to accept less than you deserve because it's easier. That's how dreams die, not in one big moment, but in small decisions made every day, small compromises, small excuses, small moments when you let feelings take the wheel. You've got to make a decision to rise above that. To become the kind of person who acts out of principle, not emotion. Because when you're led by feelings, your life will always be unstable. But when you're led by purpose, you become unstoppable, your grind becomes consistent, your energy becomes disciplined. You stop waiting to feel ready. and you start moving because it's necessary. I know some of you are going through it right now. You're tired, you're frustrated, you've been putting in work, but you don't see results. You're wondering if it's even worth it. But this is the part that separates the talkers from the doers. This is where most people tap out. This is where average people quit and legends are born. Because when you can keep grinding with no applause, when you can stay consistent without recognition, that's when you prove to yourself that you're built different. You've got to start treating the grind like oxygen, something you can't live without. It's not optional. It's not a part-time commitment. It's your lifestyle. You breathe it, you live it, you become it. Because when you make the grind your standard, you stop negotiating with your feelings. You stop letting your emotions tell you when to work and when to rest. You become disciplined enough to say, my feelings don't decide my future. And hear me, I'm not telling you to ignore your emotions. I'm telling you to stop letting them control your effort. You can feel tired and still move. You can feel afraid and still push. You can feel discouraged and still grind. Because progress doesn't ask if you're comfortable. It just asks if you showed up. You've got to push through those moments when your body screams to quit. Because that's when your breakthrough is closest. The grind doesn't care if you cry. It doesn't care if it hurts. But if you keep going, if you stay consistent, it will reward you. It will bend to your effort. It will respect your hustle. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for motivation. You'll never reach your potential if you're only working on good days. You've got to work on bad days, slow days, painful days every day, because the grind isn't emotional. The grind is spiritual. It's discipline, it's sacrifice, it's commitment. It's doing what you said you'd do long after the mood you set it in has faded. And when you live like that, something powerful happens. You stop being controlled by your feelings and start controlling your future. You stop being reactive and start being relentless. You stop wishing and start winning, because real success doesn't care about how you feel. It only cares about how you perform. So the next time you're tired, the next time you don't feel like it, the next time that voice in your head says, take a break, I want you to remember this. Your feelings don't pay your bills. Your feelings don't build your dreams. Your feelings don't make you great. Your discipline does, so show up no matter what, because the grind doesn't care about your feelings, but it will always reward your effort. Everybody wants strength, but nobody wants struggle. Everybody wants success, but nobody wants the suffering that comes with it. You can't have one without the other. See, the problem is we've been taught to run from pain, to avoid anything that hurts, anything that feels uncomfortable. But the truth is, pain is not your enemy. Pain is your greatest teacher. Pain is the only thing honest enough to show you who you really are. It's the voice that says you're not there yet. It's the fire that burns off your weakness and forces you to find your strength. You've got to understand pain is the price of admission for greatness. You can't buy success with excuses. You pay for it with pain. You pay for it in sweat, in long nights, in sacrifice, in tears nobody sees. Everybody wants to shine on stage, but nobody wants to bleed backstage. You say you want to be the best, then you better make peace with pain, because that's the path, that's the process. That's the price. Pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It's not there to destroy you, it's there to develop you. Every time life hits you, it's not trying to break you down, it's trying to build you up. That pressure you feel, that's purpose shaping you. That disappointment you're carrying, that's discipline molding you. That setback that hurt you, that's strength being forged inside you. You're not losing, you're learning, but you'll never see the lesson if you keep trying to escape the pain. The truth is, pain reveals what comfort hides. When life is easy, you can fake it. You can pretend you're disciplined, pretend you're focused, pretend you're grinding. But when pain shows up, all the pretending stops. Pain strips away the mask. Pain doesn't care about your image, your reputation, your words. It looks you in the face and says, let's see who you really are. And that's the moment you've got to decide, do you fold or do you fight? Do you quit or do you grow? Because pain will test you. It'll test your patience, your faith, your resilience. It'll test every dream you ever said you wanted. You say you want to be successful. Pain's going to ask you, how bad? You say you want to change your life. Pain's going to say, prove it. It's going to strip away everything that's not real until only purpose remains. That's what separates dreamers from doers. The dreamers talk about what they want. The doers take the hits and keep going. You can't be afraid of being uncomfortable. The people who make it to the top aren't the ones who never hurt. They're the ones who learn how to hurt and still move. They know how to walk with wounds, how to keep climbing even when they're bleeding, because they understand that the pain is temporary, but the pride of pushing through lasts forever. The hurt fades, but the results remain. Every champion has a story soaked in pain. Every success story is a story of struggle. You think they got there by luck. No, they earned it through loss, through failure, through heartbreak, through doubt. They pushed when nobody believed in them. They kept going when it didn't make sense. That's what pain does. It strips you of everything fake until only purpose and hunger are left. Pain doesn't just build character, it exposes it. It reveals the depth of your desire. Anybody can show up when it's easy, but pain asks, will you still show up when it hurts? Will you still believe when it feels impossible? That's where greatness is born, not in the moments you're comfortable, but in the moments you're crushed and still refuse to quit. You've got to stop running from pain and start learning from it, because pain gives you information. It tells you where you're weak, where you need to grow, what needs to change. You can't pray for strength and avoid struggle. It doesn't work like that. You can't ask for purpose and reject the process that builds it. Growth is painful, but so is staying the same. The difference is, one pain pushes you forward, the other keeps you stuck. And sometimes pain will isolate you. You'll feel like nobody understands, like nobody sees what you're going through. But that's okay, because pain isn't meant to be seen. It's meant to be endured. It's meant to teach you what nobody else can teach you. And when you come out of it, when you survive it, you'll walk different. You'll talk different. You'll carry a different level of confidence, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. That's the beauty of pain. It changes you, it humbles you, it matures you, it elevates you. It's the proof that you're still fighting, still growing, still becoming. So the next time you feel that pain, don't run from it, don't numb it, don't hide from it, embrace it. Because pain means progress, it means you're stretching, it means you're getting closer to your potential. So stop asking for easy, stop wishing for comfort, start welcoming the struggle. Because if you can learn to walk through pain without quitting, there's nothing life can throw at you that can stop you. Pain is not the end, it's the beginning of power. Because every ounce of pain you endure is shaping the power that will one day set you free. You say you want to be great, but are you willing to give everything for it? Are you willing to leave nothing behind, to empty the tank every single day until there's nothing left to give? Because that's what it takes. See, most people think greatness is about talent or luck, but it's not. It's about effort, not the kind of effort that shows up when you feel good, but the kind that shows up when you're exhausted, when you've got nothing left, when quitting would be easy. It's about giving your all, every ounce, every drop, until there's no gas left in the tank. Too many people live their lives at half speed. They coast, they hold back, they give just enough to look busy, just enough to say they tried, but you can't become legendary giving half effort. You can't make history playing it safe. You've got to stop saving your energy for tomorrow, because one day there won't be a tomorrow. You've got to go all in right now. Today, like this, is your last shot, because it might be. Every morning you wake up, you've got two choices: coast through the day or conquer it. Most people pick the first option because it's comfortable, but those who win, they choose to empty the tank. They give everything they've got, mentally, physically, emotionally, and then they find more. They reach that breaking point, and instead of backing down, they break through. Because they understand that you'll never find your limit until you've got nothing left to give. You've got to learn how to live in that space where most people stop. That space where it's no longer about motivation, it's about heart. That space where your mind screams, "I can't," and your soul answers, "Watch me." That's where greatness lives. That's where growth happens. That's where you discover what you're truly capable of. You can't reach your potential if you keep holding something back. You've got to risk the fatigue, risk the failure, risk the discomfort, because that's the only way to reach the version of you that doesn't quit. The version of you that doesn't need applause, that doesn't need validation, that doesn't need comfort. You've got to stop protecting yourself from the pain of effort, because the real pain comes from knowing you could have done more. And listen, when you give everything, it's going to hurt. You're going to be tired. You're going to question if it's even worth it. But that pain is the signal that you're alive, that you're in the fight, that you're doing something most people won't. It's proof that you're not just existing, you're evolving. Because giving your all isn't about perfection. It's about passion. It's about giving yourself permission to go beyond the point where most people quit. You've got to start asking yourself, what would my life look like if I stopped holding back? What would happen if I stopped letting fear, doubt, and laziness dictate my effort? What could I build if I gave everything every single day? Because when you live like that, when you pour yourself out daily, life starts to respond. Doors open, opportunities appear, the universe starts matching your energy. You stop chasing success, success starts chasing you. You see, the greatest tragedy isn't dying. The greatest tragedy is dying with potential still inside you. Dying with dreams you never chased, ideas you never tried, goals you never committed to. Too many people go to their graves with the best version of themselves still trapped inside, all because they were afraid to give it everything. They were waiting for the right time, the perfect moment. There's no such thing. The perfect time is when you decide to stop holding back and start living with urgency. When you live like that, with no backup plan, no safety net, no half effort, you start to unlock a different kind of power. You start to walk with conviction. You start to talk with certainty. You stop saying if it happens and start saying when it happens, because you know you've done the work. You know you've emptied the tank. You've left no doubt, no hesitation, no excuses. And when that day comes when you look back, you won't regret the pain, the sacrifice, the struggle. You'll only regret the moments you held back. You'll wish you had gone harder, stayed longer, believed deeper. So don't wait until it's too late to give everything. Don't wait until your chances are gone to realize you had more to give. If you want to be remembered, if you want to make an impact, if you want to change your life, you've got to stop holding something in reserve. You've got to wake up every single day and decide today, I'm leaving it all on the table, not some, not most, all. Because success doesn't come to those who give what's convenient. It comes to those who give what's required. Every time you show up empty, every time you pour out all you have, life fills you again. That's the secret. The more you give, the more you grow. The more you push, the more you rise. So don't fear exhaustion. Fear stagnation, don't fear failure, fear regret, because regret is what lives with people who never emptied the tank. When it's all said and done, when your time is up, there should be nothing left inside you, no words unsaid, no dreams unchased, no effort undone. You should leave this world with nothing but impact, because you gave it all. You pushed yourself beyond your limit, and in doing so, you became limitless. Never stop until you empty the tank, because the day you do, that's the day you truly live.